Hello students, good morning. Here is Harish Yadav from St. Paul Senior Secondary School, ETA. Today I am here to teach you English Literature, class 6th. Now, we will start new chapter, chapter 7, Chameleon. Students, you all might have heard the name chameleon. It is a type of lizard which could change its color. Means this animal had a special quality that it can change its color if needed in nature, according to environment, or according to necessity. It changes its color. This quality is given so that this animal could save itself from enemy. So, the title chameleon suggests the quality of a person or an animal which could change according to necessity or convenience. So, in this chapter also we will read a story about a person, a policeman, who changes its nature, who changes its character just because of his convenience or to save himself from any danger. And while doing this thing, he expresses himself, he acts so cleverly that the person could not understand why he is doing or why he is changing himself like this again and again. So, let us read what is there in the story. Let's begin. First para. Police Inspector Akumelov crossed the marketplace in a new overcoat, holding a bundle in his hand. After him walked a red-haired constable. All around was silence. So, here the scene is of marketplace where an inspector and one constable, they are moving along the street. All of a sudden, the sound of a voice came to Akumelov's ears. So you would bite, would you? You cur, don't let it go. Lads, biting is not allowed nowadays. Hold it, oh! This type of sounds, voices, this inspector and constable could hear in the marketplace. Somebody is shouting that you cannot bite, you cur. Cur here meaning a worthless dog. Means somebody is shouting for he is bitten by a dog and he is calling that dog worthless dog, and there is a loud voice which is disturbing the marketplace. A dog's whine was heard. Whine, W-H-I-N. Whine is here, long cry. Means dog is also shouting, crying. Akumelov glanced in the direction of the sound, and this is what he saw. A dog came running out, followed by a man in a starched printed shirt and an unbuttoned waistcoat. His whole body bent forward. The man stumbled and caught hold of the dog by one of its hind legs. Now, when Inspector saw in the direction of the voice, he could see a dog came out running and a man who is following that dog. The man is also running after the dog, and he jumped forward and caught one of its legs, hind legs, means back legs. He caught hold of that one of the legs of that dog. There was another whine and again a shout, "Don't let it go!" And the shouting. Some person is shouting behind that, "Don't let it go. Don't let that dog go away." Drowsy faces were thrust out of the shops, and soon a crowd had gathered around the timber yard. And because of the shouting in a marketplace, a huge crowd gathered. "Looks like a public disturbance, Your Honor," said the constable. Now, the inspector and constable, they are talking to each other. The constable is alerting him about the nuisance created or disturbance because of that shouting. Akumelov turned and marched up to the crowd. Right in front of the gate of the yard, he saw the man in the unbuttoned waistcoat, who stood there with his right hand raised, showing a bleeding finger to the crowd. And when inspector reached that place, crowded place, he saw one man, unbuttoned waistcoat, and he was holding his right hand above to show the finger which is bleeding. Acumulo recognized him. He was Krukin, the goldsmith. Acumulo, inspector's name, he recognized that person showing his bleeding finger. He could recognize him as a goldsmith. His name was Krukin. In the very middle of the crowd, its forelegs well apart, sat the culprit, its whole body trembling. A white borzoi pup with a pointed nose and a yellow spot on its back, in its tearful eye with an expression of misery and horror. Now, the culprit is here a dog of borzoi. Borzoi is a species of dog. So this species of dog, it was sitting in the middle. It is a culprit. The dog is culprit because it had bitten that goldsmith, who has caught him now, and the dog is sitting with expression of misery and horror. Misery here, sadness. The dog is sad, and horror means he is afraid because of the crowd. The dog is thinking that the crowd might beat him because they have caught him, chased him and caught him, so he is afraid if they were going to beat him. And the dog is described here. How it is described? See, its forelegs well apart. Forelegs here, front legs. And its whole body trembling. Trembling means shaking. The dog is shaking because of fear. White borzoi pup means it was a pup, white color and borzoi species, with a pointed nose and a yellow spot on its back. Its nose is pointed and it has a yellow spot on its back. So this type of dog, which is described here, is sitting in the middle, and he is worried, or he is showing expression of misery and horror. What's all this about? Asked Acumulo, making his way through the crowd. What are you doing here? What are you holding up your finger? Who shouted? Now the inspector inquired about the noise and nuisance. I was walking along, Your Honor, as quiet as a lamb, began Krukin. Now, Krukin the goldsmith, he started telling about his story, that he was walking, coughing into his fist. I had business about some wood with Mitrich here, and suddenly for no reason, whatever that nuisance bit my finger. Excuse me, but I am working man. Mine is a very difficult trade. Make them pay me compensation. Now this man complained that the dog bit him, and since he is a talented worker, he had to do technical job using his hands and fingers, and since the dog has bit his finger, now he will not able to work. So he want the dog owner to pay him compensation. Perhaps I won't be able to move this finger for a week. It doesn't say in the law, Your Honor, that we have to put up with ferocious animals. And if everything's to start biting, life won't be worth living. Now he is giving argument that this is not the rule, that any wild animal should come in the places, crowded places, and bit anyone. How they will do the job then? Well, said Acumulo seriously. Well, whose dog is it? I shan't leave it at this. I will teach people who let dogs run about. It's time something was done about the gentlemen who are not willing to obey the laws. He will get such a fine, the scoundrel. I will teach him what it means to let dogs and cattle of all sorts run about. I will show him what's what. Aldrin, he continued, turning to the constable, find out whose dog is it, and draw up a statement, and the dog must be killed without delay. It's probably mad. Whose dog is it? I asked. Now, After listening to this person, inspector, he got serious about this matter and he inquires. He wanted to know whose dog is this, and according to law this is not right thing to let the animals openly out in the street. Means these type of animals are called stray animals, and according to rule they should be either kept in the owner's place, or if they are stray animal they should be shoot out, they should die. And now he want to inquire whose dog is this so that he could punish that person. He is doing his duty very seriously and was very curious to know about the matter. Now he is inquiring his constable. He asked his constable to inquire fast about this matter. I think it belongs to General Zigalo, said a voice from the crowd. Now someone from the crowd informed that this dog belongs to General Zigalo. General Zigalo? Help me off with my coat, Eldrin. Oh, how hot it is. I think it's going to rain. As soon as someone said that this dog belongs to General, the inspector, police inspector, it began to sweat, and he feels as if he is feeling uneasy, and he wishes that his coat should be taken off because it is very hot. And the expression given by the inspector suddenly, as soon as he heard that this dog belongs to General, means he got fearful. He is so fearful that he started sweating and wanted his coat to get off. He turned to the Krukin. One thing I don't understand, how did it happen to bite you? How could it have got at your finger? Such a little dog, and you such a strong fellow, you must have scratched your finger with a nail and then decided to get paid for it. I know you fellows, a set of devils. Now, the inspector, just before some time, who was trying to inquire about the dog owner, he wanted to punish the dog owner because they have made the dog stray out in the street. He wanted to kill these type of stray dogs. Now, as soon as he came to know that this dog belongs to General, he started inquiring the goldsmith that how this small dog, small pup could bite him in the finger of a man who is so much tall and strong. How could this dog bite to his finger? Now he is having a suspicious mind, and he inquires if he had done any nuisance himself just to cheat that dog owner, and he might have scratched his finger with nail and wanted to get paid for it. He burned the end, and again, in the last line, a set of devils. He calls these type of persons devils who are going to cheat others, just hurting themselves and ask to pay for it. He burned the end of its nose with a lighted cigarette for a joke, Your Honor, and it snapped at him. That Krukin's always up to some mischief, Your Honor. Now he lighted a cigarette, and this constable, he informs that this dog most often he snapped here, bit suddenly. He snapped means he bit suddenly at its finger. None of your lies, you wicked fellow. You didn't see me do it, so why lie? His honor is a wise gentleman. He knows who's lying and who's telling God's truth. May the justice of the peace try me if I am lying. It says in the law, all men are equal now. Now this person, inspector calls him that he is a liar, that person who is victim. Now he calls him a liar and says that the lie that he is telling a lie, and the owner of that dog is a wise gentleman. He will come to know who is liar and who is telling the truth. I have a brother in the police myself, if you don't know. Now this goldsmith, he wants to make his impression on the inspector, so he is telling that his brother is also doing job of police. Don't argue. So inspector asked him to keep quiet. He asked him not to argue with him. No, that isn't the general's dog, remarked the constable. The general hasn't got a dog like that. All his dogs are pointers. Now constable again informs that this dog, he has doubt that this dog do not belong to general, because general have pointers. Pointers is another species of dog. So he general have pointers, that another type of dog. So this dog cannot belong to general. Are you sure? Quite sure, your honor. Again inspector wants to inquire that if he is sure that this dog do not belong to general, and the constable assures him that he is sure. And you are all right, the general's dogs are expensive breed dogs, and this one, just look at it, ugly mangy cur. So he says that this dog, if this dog do not belong to general, because general keeps very expensive dogs, and this dog is ugly, mangy and cur. He calls the dog mangy, means dirty dog, and ugly dog. Are you crazy? If a dog like that were to find itself in Moscow or Petersburg, do you know what would happen to it? Nobody would worry about the law. It would be shot dead in a minute. You are a victim, Krukin, and mind you don't leave it at that. He must be taught a lesson. Now again this inspector, as soon as he came to know that this dog don't belong to general, he again speaks he gives statement in the favor of that victim, that goldsmith, and he calls him that this type of dogs are not allowed in the Petersburg or Moscow. They are shot dead immediately. Of course, it's the generals, came a voice from the crowd. Again one voice from the crowd came that this dog belonged to general. Help me on with my coat, Elrin. I felt a gust of wind. I am shivering. Now, this inspector, he asked that his fellow constable to help him to wear his coat, because now he is feeling cold. Means again he is being afraid and he is feeling cold now. These are expressions. If you are very fearful, you may sweat, you may feel hot, or you may shiver because of fear. You may shake also. Take it to the generals and ask them. Say I found it and sent it, and then them not to let it into the street. Perhaps it's an expensive dog and it will soon get spoiled if every brute thinks he can stick cigarettes into its nose. Now, he tells his constable to take this dog to general and ask him not to set him out again, because it is a very expensive species and it should be kept in the home only, because this type of dogs could be heard in the market or in the street. A dog's a delicate creature and you put down your hand, blockhead. Stop showing everyone your silly finger, it's your own fault. Now he calls that victim to put down his finger, because he was showing everyone his bitten finger, and he calls him a stupid and not to show his finger to everyone, because it is his own fault. Here comes the general's chef. Means we could understand 2 times or 3 times now he has changed his behavior. Earlier he was in favor of goldsmith, then he went into the favor of general. The 3rd time when he came to know that again this dog don't belong to general, he again came in favor of goldsmith, and once again when somebody informed that this dog belongs to general, again he is now pointing the mistake of that victim. Then comes general's chef. We will ask him, "Hi there, Procure. Come here, old man. Have a look at this dog. Is it yours?" Now they ask the chef of that general to see whether this dog belongs to general. "We have never had one like that in our lives." The chef answered that they don't have this type of dogs. They have never kept in their life this type of dog. "No need to make any more inquiries," said Okmelo. "It's a stray." And then again he changed himself and decided that no need to do any inquiry. It's a stray dog. What's the good of standing here talking? You have been told it's a stray. So a stray it is. Destroy it and finish with the matter. Then he orders that it's a stray dog and they should finish it. They should kill it. "It isn't ours," continued Procure. "It belongs to the general's brother, who came a short time ago." Now again chef completes his statement that it don't belong to them, to general, but it is general's brother's dog, who came within few days to live in that place. "Our general takes no interest in bourgeois. His brother now he likes." And he informs that general don't like this specie, but his brother loves this type of dog and it belongs to general's brother. "What? Has the general's brother come? Vladimir Ivanovich?" exclaimed Akumuler, an ecstatic smile spreading over his face. "Imagine that, and I didn't know. Come to stay." "That's right. Just imagine, I wanted to see his brother and I didn't know. So it's his dog. Very glad. Take it. It's a nice little doggy. Snap at its finger. Ha ha ha. Come now. Don't tremble." Grr, the little rascals angry. "What's up? What a pup." Again when this man, this inspector came to know that this dog belongs to general's brother, again he changes its mood and his attitude and he again takes the dog. Now he asks the victim to go away and take this dog to general's brother, and he tells that he wants to meet general's brother. Procure called the dog and walked out of the timber yard with it. The crowd laughed at Krukin, and they went away, and the crowd they laughed at the Krukin, that goldsmith who is being hurt. "I will teach you a lesson," Akumulo threatened him. Putting on his great coat, he continued his way across the marketplace. And this person, this goldsmith, he at last he tells that he will teach lesson to the inspector, and he went off that place. In this way the story ends. So, students, if you have understood the story, you read out the story once, twice, mark all the difficult words, try to find out their meanings, and you could understand now what is the theme of the story. The theme is that it is a character of a person who changes all the time, who changes his behavior because of some, you can say because of some different situation, he changes his behavior according to the situation. So the story, the title of the story is Chameleon, and it is a right title. Chameleon is an animal who changes its color. In the same way, this person, this inspector, is also compared with the chameleon. His character is compared with the chameleon, who is changing his behavior all the time because of certain situation. So, in this way, this chapter 7 is finished. You will get question answers in next video. So, we will meet again. Thank you. Goodbye.